This day 1391, the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, learning should be a schus for our war in Eretz Yisrael. We should be rewarded with victory here in Yomeinu. Today we're doing Yeridea Siman Reish Nun Gimel, Sif Yud Ches to Reish Nun Vav, Sif Aleph. Okay. Yud Ches. Arukh HaShulchan calling them when we take tzedakah, even though we're required to give tzedakah to any I feel I'm already even the person who's ignorant. Become a nevertheless ain't of them with time b'chacham. It's not comparable to time b'chacham. Time b'chacham money. And finally, seen if you quote a time b'chacham who's impoverished, we give according to the honor he deserves. The kavod ha'Torah, who's there? It's the kavod ha'Torah which we have to be giving. The kenadin imu yorei elokim amiti. If he's truly God fearing, avsh eno time b'chacham. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but down. It makes a lot of sense. And I think I've mentioned this more than once, that tzidkus is also important. And you're nothing greater than that. God can find himself with the photo if it's even though he's not a chacham, even according to his honor, being a time chacham, it's a guy by the time chacham is not really accepted. He's asking us, we get involved in trying to buy merchandise. Which we buy from for cheap. You go and we buy back for more at a higher price. That's their cover. We can do business with him, so to speak. But even there about some of these, I say, if he himself knows how to be involved in commercial activity, the loan him money in order to he should be able to do that commercial activity. I'm artists and I'm artists are not required to support him to that extent. Interestingly enough, very great is the reward of those who supply goods for Tamid to be involved in trade. She's in order to be involved in trading them. That's anybody who puts supplies into the pocket of the Talmid Chacham. He sits in yeshiva and high shnemar kivetzel chachma betzel kesef. If you want to be in betzel chachma, in the shadow of wisdom, be in the shadow of money by providing the wherewithal to the Talmid Chacham. You test Chasar Rabbeinu saying about Shulchan Aruch Yud base. Me should tzarich labrio, somebody who requires tzedakah. The shot achar b'nasasa naslo tzedakah, and he's taking a trip in order to get his parnasa. V'naslo tzedakah, they gave him tzedakah while he's on the trip. Ein bali chavetz zichron lefer mashko b'tzedakah. His creditors cannot take that which he acquired as tzedakah. Lesh kasesh b'kvutzo shechai lacherim. There was not that it says, again, his kibbutz, I guess, is in his dossier. He owes other people. Does Nasrullah Adaita the Hachi Shishali? Because then they gave him in order that he should pay back others. I can't show them. He doesn't say foolish, but Tosefta, so pay up. It says in Tosefta, Maiso Ani Mashamim and Shamim Boachov. You can't use Maiso, you don't require an Ani to pay his Chov, his obligation with Maiso Ani. Then you can't ask him, can I Maiso Kra? God, they have an ivri low ba'chova. That says, why do you need a pasuk? Tell us that when you bestow a severance gift on an Evan Ivri who's going free, that it goes to him and not to his creditor. Kavor b'kiddushin, so kiddushin not as well. Hanaka nami avid tzedakah, and hanaka is also form of tzedakah. Lo kasha clouds, not difficult. Chana diishma hanaka avid kichil. First of all, hanaka can be seen as an obligation. Shibasa Torah lahadon. They require you to pay this to. Torah required the master to pay this. So it's an obligation. So it's like Shibud and Ram Nasson, and the Baal Chov of the Eved can take from this. The credit the Eved can take from this. Kamash Monlo, if it tells no. Furthermore, that filu im no my David Staka. Even when you say it is tzedakah, Yeshua consider members of Fidim Mikar Komet tzedakahs. This is the source. For tzedakahs, you don't give it to a Baal Chov. The guy Krabanaka, since the Torah revealed this principle by Hanaka. And on Gambalo Gazers Kasa Batam Pasha, but even without Gazers Kasa, the reason is simple. Shan is no steam loan as to law, they didn't give it to him, whatever to give to his creditor. Lachain Imab Biksav Kibutso, therefore, in this Ksav Kibutso, this dossier, an area as Ksav Kibutso is the collection letter. Okay. So the collection letter. It says he owes money. I guess a lot of those actually say all the collection later say this person has tremendous chayvus, right? So then then he has to use the money to pay back the loans. Because that it's with that in mind that they gave him the money. Okay, Chav, tiny with the sefta. But the sefta, my son, he ain't putting men malva chayv. My son, he'll use to redeem a loan or obligation. And you don't pay back. It's another type of obligation. You don't use it to redeem captives. You don't use it in order to return wedding funding. We don't give from it tzedakah. But you can use it in order to send somebody, in order to do a chesed. You have to tell him. What does it mean? You don't use the money in order to pay back any loan, whether it's verbal or written. What does it mean? We should go out to reciprocate on some favor which is done to him. You can't redeem captives. I forgot to even though redeeming captives is higher than tzedakah itself. Torah gave my son to the ani to eat and drink. He doesn't have the permission to change its purpose. That which it says you can use it to send, he can use it to send some matter of chesed. Near the cell, kosher base or other base on merchatz. So about the cup with which they were chabed in the house of the mourner, or in a bathhouse. It's called a cup of peace. The mills of Zutra say it's a small thing. Small thing, that's okay. It shouldn't be kivastas. You have to tell him, he has to say it. It's not in my own pocket. It's in my sorani. It would seem difficult to make that analogy in comparison between my sorani and tzedakah in terms of payback loans. Okay, because that's the case why. Well, actually, I parsed that wrong. This would seem to be difficult on the rabbis of our Shulchan Aruch, who clearly learned from the human tzedakah from Ma'aseh. So that's the case. You should bring all the lachas. Ma'aseh. Why do I always love into tzedakah? I have to say only in terms of paying back a loan, not from Ma'aseh. Because you see the givers of the tzedakah are makbid, they're snackled for that purpose. Just like the Torah is makbid, the Ma'aseh only snackled for that purpose. But for other things, you can't derive from Ma'aseh. Other things the donors are not concerned with. The same Shem Tosefta, it concludes Tosefta, Shetzakim is Chasim Shalom, Tzedakah and Chesed make peace, Praklitin Tomim and good attorneys. Between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Cheno Gemara, that's true also Gemara about Basar Daf Yud. Reish Nun Dalet, slowly Kabel Tzedakah min HaMitzvah. Don't accept tzedakah from Egyptians. I guess if that's censorship. Also, you saw told tzedakah min the Gechon for Hesya. Nechil Hashem. Now I have to take tzedakah non-Jews in public because of Chil Hashem. Gemara Dosh and Semikar Gemara in Babasa that you learn from the pasuk the Yivosh Tzirah Tishavarna when their harvest dries they will be broken. Because the Gamatzino also going to should be also even in secret. Come never let him any yachol we can't because with tzedakah live of tzedakah you saw of a Jew you tell me Gamatzino should take from a non-Jew in private. Gamatzino we can't take in private you don't advise you take in public. Time was done nearly. The reason seems to be Arukh HaShulchan. There was anytime we get a Chil Hashem cloud. It's not really a Chil Hashem. It's a covet. It's not respectable. It's not a discretion, but it's not respectable. That pasuk, which has to do with other things altogether, which have to do with not taking stuff from non-Jews, is just an asmachta. Just a mnemonic device. There's no choice. It's the compelling says the great. There's no choice. Mutter is permissible. It says in brackets with this answer the questions asked by the Jewish and the Taz. Those who want the same between an individual and the masses. The Yachil Mutter, an individual is always permitted. That's the Jewish one. The Taz argument says no distinction, and the Arukh HaShulchan clearly trends that way as well. Base. Adam chashu mehem sheshach tzach yisrael chakum aniyim ein machzirin lehem. If a distinguished non-Jewish person sends money to distribute to poor people, you don't give it back. It's not so necessary right now to accept for them. It's not in the pathways of peace. And another man we take from him. Since we're Jews, don't require this. Is distributed to non-Jewish impoverished in private. Better not find out. Okay, some say they'd be sent it specifically, generically, they can do that. As well, it's really the Gemara itself, it says this. So if you send explicitly for Jewish poor people, also Shanos Midas, and they can't deviate from his intent. Chakim and Aniyah, so you have to give it to Jewish poor people. And bracket says here, this is according to the Shach, and so that was question of the Taz. Don't be astonished if people now accept tzedakah from non-Jews without any question. The body came into the Shadocha crowd since we are in very dire straits. Mutter it's misal kosh kasavnu. For the front of my Ramam Kasa Perikim Lach Din Yum Zel Shan Ram writes Ben Noach Shwetz Sos Mitzvah Shem to the Turkey Kabel Schar. And non-Jew wants to do mitzvah for other mitzvahs Torah in order to receive reward besides the Shem mitzvahs. A morning was something that says Kalacha. So we don't we don't bar him from doing it properly. Maybe Olo Kaima, if he brings a carbon Olo, we accept it. Thus it's stuck, we bring stuck, we Kaima, accept it. For early, it seems to me Shenosi Osani Yisrael, give it to Jewish impoverished. Of an Yisam Yisrael, Mitzvah Yisrael. Since he is since we're talking about Kirat Toshav, since he himself is supported by non-Jew, by Jews, sorry. And it's to be Mechaya Ger Toshav. This is Avo Chule Ayin Kalkosh. My understanding bias. Shkilov Shlavor of Eskochavim. It's about the time based on Mikdosh is a kabel not to be over Eskochavim. We there's a din of the V'chayimach. And Shub. So therefore it's reciprocal. The guy Master now Parasol Zemizeh. They may over Eskochavim. Well, Shkol goes with the Ashkenazic Shita that we don't have true idolaters among us, and therefore we reciprocate. But when they give money to a shul, then for sure there's no question we accept from them. It's just like a karma which we accept from them. Ish we learn, but ish lamid aleim shall them carbon the dharm so we accept from them carbonos which are pledges and gifts. These are the rational tests. Those that say that, well, if somebody converts to Islam, that's also censorship, obviously, same thing. We don't accept them from Shumat. Yes, and some say a compliment below down the carbon. And some say, evidently, Shach, and we accept that it's not like a carbon. Every person should compel himself as much as he can and distance himself from accepting tzedakah. Person distance himself from accepting tzedakah if it's possible to live even with difficulty. Even the year on Shabbos like a weekday. Chazal say Shabbat chol, make your Shabbos like a weekday. And don't come out to human beings. Even it was a distinguished sage and became poor, he should be involved in craft. Even in a degrading craft. And not require handouts. If embarrassed, degrades his Torah, that he should do. We wrote about this previously in Simon Ration and Base. So pale. Says the mission that pale commission anybody does not have to take him stock and takes it means he tricks people. Who says he's poor. Ain't no mace, he doesn't die actually, but it's until he actually does need stock. Can't laugh from the opposite is well true as well. Should certainly tell me any yochol. We need to take stock because he can't make money. Because is elderly or sick by Yisur or afflicted. His many daughters, and Masian, he doesn't have what to marry them. Magis Daito, and he becomes arrogant. Ve'enot does not take. I raise a shofech damim. He's a murderer. Mischayv nafsho, and he's liable for his own soul. Ve'eno b'tzaro ella avonis chatoim. He gets nothing for his anguish except for sins. Somebody who absolutely needs to. Somebody who needs to take, but with great difficulty he can live independently. But somebody causes himself anguish with dochik as Hashah and pushes the hour of the chai chai tzan, lives with in difficulty, belechem b'mayim, with bread and water. They should so you shouldn't have to take, but Timur not cause make himself a burden on the tzibur of a lomit now and gaiva. It's not because of arrogance. And Mason and Zikna does not die of old age. Actually, finds the before he actually provides sustenance for others, Mishlo from his own wealth. Because Omer concerns such persons, blessed is a person who trusts in God, Hashem is his security. Reish involved, the Kupa V'Tamchui, B'Shab is Mana Chach Me'ashas, Lacha of the community fund and the soup kitchen, which was as it worked at the time of Chazal. Al Bizman Chach Me'etam Reisa B'Chol Ir, there was an Isha city, Kupa V'Tamchui, a community chest and a soup kitchen, Moshe's bars we shall explain. Afghan is Mana Kadmoni, even ancient times, there was a community chest in all cities. Kosher Kosaram Perak Test, Zel Shana Rambam writes Behemler, even Veloshamanav, never saw under her call me saw a Kila and Amiso Shalim Kupa Chistaka, which doesn't have a fund of a tzedakah fund. I would talk but soup kitchen, not everybody has Akal now in our iniquities, we have neither the fund nor the soup kitchen because of the difficulty of sustaining our own selves. The and the multiplying of aniyim, it's a better word than that, but in any event, it's not possible. So every individual gives money from his own pocket. For Rabbi Aniyim, I love him, there are thousands of poor people who beg from door to door. Everybody gives him a slice of bread or a small coin. Year over year, and the activities of each and every city have become many and manifold. Almost every week, two people go to gather the donations for one person. And eat with regardless of all the stuff which is being done in our day and age, in Kozen Evelis, in a comments Masbia Asari, the small amount does not satisfy the lion. Shana Shesh Bezim Shasuk and Kubos Misnag Bekvetus. He's heard some says who's done saying like Kubos, but it ain't working out so well. It's with only conducting himself with heaviness, difficulty.